Welcome back to another episode of Rise of Empires: Ice of Fire with me, Mr. Gill. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much for all your previous views, likes, comments, subscriptions, and all of that jazz. I really appreciate it. Please keep it up. Right, today we're going to have a little general talk. Guys, we're going to talk about events. There's an enormous amount of new players that have come into the game in the last 2 months. There's an enormous amount of new players that have come onto my channel in the last 2 months. We added 1,000 subscribers in about 25 days recently, which is very good for me, since it took me 5 years to get my first 1,000 subscribers. But yes, we've got a lot of players coming in, and a lot of people. And what I wanted to talk today is about events. Okay. Events. Now you can see up here that we have a little box, and we can see this box, and it's called events. If we click on that, that'll show us things that are happening right now. Now, these things are timed events that happen at certain time periods of the state you are in. So if you have just started the game, you will not see the same events as I do, who have been playing for nearly a year, and that is because you have to wait for the time to be right for those events to come out. Roughly speaking, Clash of Province is an event that happens after the first Throne War. Now we can see here, if you've just started the game, you will probably see one of these, Battle for the Throne. And that happens every Saturday through all events, apart from warm-up event, but we will get back to that later. But once this Battle for the Throne has happened, and usually when you start a new game, it takes about, what is it? I think it's like 4 weeks, 5 weeks until the first Battle for the Throne. So if you've just started, you probably won't notice yet, but you will be able to see this in either starting soon, Battle for the Throne is coming. Once Battle for the Throne is coming, we have the Clash of Province. Now, Clash of Province is a 4-week event. So there is 3 weeks where you're versus another state. And then there's 1 week of warm-up where you are basically getting ready to fight another state. The states that you are fighting are based on the leagues that you are in. Okay, so there's competition rankings, and we can see we're in round silver division, blah blah blah. Now all of this is based on, you know, lots of mathematics, who won last time, all this kind of jazz, and you can see, you know, look in here, we won, these won, blah 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 blah. But basically, if you're the top alliance in your state, then you probably know how Clash of Provinces work, so you don't need to ask me. If you're not in the top alliance, or you've just started playing, you don't really need to worry about the ranking of other alliances. Just make sure that you complete Clash of Province. So Clash of Province is an event that lasts, as I said, 4 weeks, and every day there are certain tasks that you can undertake in order to open chests. Okay, and we can see in here today is gather resources. If I gather resources, then I get more rewards. Where are the rewards? Here. You can see I can open chests and they give me certain rewards, etc, etc. Now, after Clash of Provinces started, I believe it runs for 1 season, so 1 season being 4 weeks. I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, and this is hard to remember, but I believe what then happens is the Reign of Chaos. Okay, I might be wrong. It might be 2 seasons of Clash of Provinces. Somebody down below could possibly let me know. But roughly speaking, I'm going to say it's 1 or 2. So that means that we're looking at somewhere between 10 and 12 weeks after the state you are in has kind of started up. So after you've probably joined the game, 10 to 12 weeks later, you should see something called Reign of Chaos popping up as an event. Now, the Reign of Chaos is an event where you, as an alliance, build structures, and then you have duels on certain days of the week where you go and attack other players and they come and attack you. There's lots of intricacies to it. There's a few videos I have on my channel about it, and there'll be a few more coming up. But if you're not in Reign of Chaos yet, if you haven't even started Clash of Province yet, I wouldn't be too worried about it. Focus on growing. Focus on growing your castle, because that'll be everything that you need right there. Okay. Other events include things that happen nearly every week. Heroes Duel, which is a fantastic event, which runs for the 3 weeks of Clash of Provinces. So it is not available during the warm-up week, but this is basically where you can get some rewards for 0 loss. So you basically sign up your troops to fight, and they kind of fight other people. We can see, is there a recap here? Not for me, but you can see these guys fought and this one won, blah, 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 blah. But you don't actually lose any troops or anything like that. Just the further you can get, the higher you can get ranked in this, then the higher your rewards will be. Okay, Heroes Duel is a fantastic one because it is free. We also have Monster Siege Defense, which happens on Tuesdays and Thursdays, pretty much all the time. And then we have other things like, well, we had the Hungry Dinosaur event, which is a seasonal event. We had the Yeti event back before Christmas, which is a seasonal event. And then we have Province Immigration, which is an event that happens after you've completed the first Reign of Chaos. And then we have, this is kind of an event, but we have Hourly Challenge, which happens all the time. So once you've kind of started the first Clash of Province, these two, Clash of Province and Hourly Challenge, are always here. Yeah, every single day they are always here. In terms of other events, there's not that much apart from something called New Eden. Now, New Eden happens after Reign of Chaos Season 4. Season 4? Yeah, it is after Season 4, sorry. And if you have got to that point, then you've probably heard about New Eden and you'll have a good idea about it. I believe states up to 35, 40 or something have already finished it, but I can't remember exactly. But once New Eden comes, yeah, you'll probably have a good idea about what's to come. It's kind of like Reign of Chaos, but harder. Now you can see these events by popping into here. No, where is it? Here. Event preview. Okay, so you can see. So the first thing we have is Hourly Challenge. That's the first thing that pops up when you join the game. Hourly Challenges. Then you have the Throne Battle. That's the second thing that pops up. Then you have the Clash of Province Opening Competition. That's the third thing. Then you have a Clash of Province competition, which happens every week. Then you have Reign of Chaos. Then you have Province Migration opens up. And then you have the Mysterious event, which is New Eden, of course. So you can see those in there if you ever want to look and see how it kind of rolls around. It's a good kind of graphic to show you that. But just so to say, if you ever want to see an event, I don't know what's happening, just click on events, see if it's there, click on starting soon, see if it's there. If it's not, then it's not happening yet for you. Always remember that, there are, at last count, 180 different states, I believe, if not more, 190 maybe by now. 190 states, probably a couple of thousand players in each one, if not more. Some some have lots more. So it's a significant amount of people playing, a significant amount of different levels and all that kind of stuff. So you're not going to be exactly the same place as everybody else who might be talking in the comments or something like that. So that's events. I hope that explains it. And primarily this is for a lot of the newer players who have just joined up and might be castle level 10 to 16 who are still kind of finding their feet and working out how things work. Click on the buttons, have a look around, make sure you can kind of check what's happening, because you can't break anything by clicking the buttons, if you know what I mean. You can't clicking this is not going to all of a sudden destroy my castle. So don't worry about clicking, looking, reading, learning, all that kind of jazz. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you again soon. Cheers.